Shalom family, welcome to Moving on Faith. I'm Ana Malave and it is Think About It Thursday. Now, I'm going to continue talking about what we've been talking about for the last several weeks, which is the attack on the family unit. Right? So this is Attack on the Family Unit Part 4. And today we're going to go a little bit sideways, but bear with me because I think you will understand where I'm going with it by the end of this. So, here we go. We're going to talk about the green elephant in the room. Marijuana, weed. Oh, Mary Jane, OMJ, all that good stuff, right? We're going to talk about that because it's a big problem. And it's a huge, even more of a huge problem in the Black and brown communities, right? In the Hebrew Israelite communities. It is a big deal, okay? It's destroying our people. It has such a stronghold and such a yoke upon their necks that most people, are having an extremely hard time breaking that addiction and getting out of that position. But I want to talk about how it's affecting the family. Okay, so here we go. Come down this journey with me. Let's think about it. So the war on drugs was a global campaign led by the U.S. federal government with the aim of reducing the illegal drug trade in the U.S. The policies were intended to discourage the production, distribution, and consumption of psychoactive drugs. The term was popularized by media after a press conference given on June 18, 1971 by President Richard Nixon. He then declared drug abuse public enemy number one. Okay. This war on drugs contributed to the mass incarcerations of men in the Black and brown communities at a rate of almost 4 times higher than white men. Data collected between the years of 1980 and 2013 shows that 40% of all drug-related incarcerations were of Black men, and 47% of all drug-related incarcerations were of Latino men, totaling 87% of drug-related incarcerations from men of the Black and brown communities. That's 87% of Black and brown households having lost their leader, their protector, their provider, their husbands, and their fathers, resulting in single mothers who are now overworked, overwhelmed, underprotected, forcing her to fill that role of the man in her family, completely damaging the order of the family and of the household, also resulting in the unsupervised and unguided children. Boys turning to the streets and gangs for leadership, money, and for a form of masculinity and trying to figure out how to become a man, right? Girls turning to promiscuity and seeking love, leadership, protection, and provisions in all the wrong places, and most certainly all the wrong people, right? This war on drugs broke families in the Black and brown communities apart completely. It hardened our women and demonized our children, and now 50 years later, after completely destroying our family units, they have the audacity to legalize marijuana, right? If that's not a slap in the face to every family destroyed by the so-called war on drugs, I don't know what is. The fact is, there was never a war on drugs. No, there was a war on us. There was a war on the Black and brown communities. There was a war on our families. There was a war on our men, our women, and most certainly to this day, our children, right? And now, right? And they've now legalized weed or marijuana because they have successfully accomplished their goal of destroying and weakening our men and our families, pulling them away from each other, dividing them, scattering them, but most importantly, pulling them away from Yah, pulling them away from serving the Most High in truth and in righteousness, from having a family unit that is moving as one body, a family unit that is cohesive and on the one account being led by their man, by the man, physically, spiritually, mentally, in all aspects, leading his family. So guess what? Government, powers that be, all of you, demons out there, your job is complete. You've done it, right? As someone who was addicted to marijuana, let me tell you something. I encourage you to devote yourself to praying and fasting to break that stronghold of that drug. Okay, it has such a yoke on the necks of our people, and most of us don't even see it. Most of us think that this drug is helping us to make us more creative. Studies show marijuana actually hinders creativity. It actually immobilizes the part of your brain that encourages creative processing. So when you're thinking that you're smoking weed to become more creative, that's a lie. You're telling yourself you're addicted. Okay? When you're telling yourself that you're not addicted to weed, you're addicted. You want to know why I know? Because I was addicted. Because I couldn't do anything without smoking weed first. Because I couldn't go anywhere without smoking weed first. I smoked so much weed that 10 years of my life passed me by, and I didn't even realize it because I was too busy sitting on a sofa in a car smoking weed. Okay? And like I said, now they have the audacity to legalize it. That's a slap in the face to the men out there who have served hard time for simple offenses of just having weed, right? And now it's legal. Why? Well, because everybody's doing it. Because the job of completely destroying the Black and brown families has been accomplished. They've done what they had to do. They did a great job, because look where we're at now. But give all praise, honor, and glory to Yah, because he is reversing the tables, and he is bringing our people, our families, our men, our women, and our children back to him, back in a family unit and working as one. Now, I don't blame the government, nor do I blame the quote-unquote powers that be. Let's call it what it is, right? We are blaming Hasatan. He is the king of this world, and he is the king and prince of wickedness and evil. And he hates us so much because Yah loves us so much that he will do anything in his power to destroy us. And this is one of the tactics that he has used. Marijuana, this sedative, this comatose instating drug. This is what it is. It is destroying you. It is destroying your body, your mind, and it is most certainly destroying your spirit. Break hold of it while you still can. And again, it may not be easy. You need to pray, you need to fast, you need to give it to Yah. And with that being said, I pray y'all, I pray you really do that. And thank you so much for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe to the video. I appreciate you. Shalom.